Like what I'm thinking, and I would love your opinion on this. Like, um, do you think there's any like kind of connection between crop circles, let's say the original crop
Hmm.
circles, and fairy rings,
Yeah,
for
of
example?
course, of course. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, of course it is. As I said to you when we did Across the Pond, it's cultural tracking. As I said to you, the strangeness that we're going to get into today, I've only really seen that happen in the key monolithic sites that we worked in, like Avebury and the Tumuli and Stonehenge. But that people say to me, well, do you see UAPs over crop circles as you're making them? Do you see UFOs? Yeah, but the locals have been seeing this shit for hundreds of years, and they called them different things. We had fairy lights, we had nature spirits, they were sprites, they were what we would say as abduction by greys. They were talking away with the fairies, and then they'd be missing time. And
Yeah.
I've got friends that have become completely disillusioned with crop circles because of the infighting and the politics, and they just come to Wiltshire now just to do night watches, and that they see the strange phenomena, whether the crop circles are here or not. It's here anyway. We just believe that the crop circles are exacerbating the power here, and it's like sort of they're like jump leads. It's like temporary jump leads, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, like kind of like cymatic patterns,
Yeah,
for example. It
yeah,
just it amplifies the natural vibrations that are already there.
yeah, or discharges them. Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah,
example.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's what I think all we're doing is we're just carrying on the tradition of our forebears who made the
Hmm.
stone circles. And as I said to you, across the pond, my serious belief is that our forebears knew something that we don't. And I think the technocratic age has really sort of kicked this out of us. And
But at the same time also, kind of bringing it back, the age of information, it is a two-way blade, really, because I mean, misinformation or disinformation or however they prefer to call it is, of course, very prominent. Anyone can say, anything really, and it's the internet. Like, go fact check. And with with the short attention span, nobody's gonna bother. It's just like, oh, he says it very convincingly.
mm,
Must be
mm,
true. I was like, yeah,
mm,
okay,
mm.
sure, whatever.
That
If
yeah.
that's what you want to believe. But also the things that would have stayed hidden otherwise are now far more easily acceptable. It's like, I mean, you can see the internet as kind of a new-ish like library of Alexandria, and at the same time, if we're going like a bit more the spiritual route, the Akashic records, because
Yeah.
everything that you know if you have a digital footprint, and most of us start pretty young, even younger with the generations now because internet is so normalized, like your digital footprint is kind of becoming the Akashic records. It is a timeline of you, of whatever you have done, even simple things as like the memories that ever pop up every now and then on Facebook or Google Photos, like, hey, remember like this one from like 5 years ago?
Mm, mm.
That's record keeping. That is kind of like Akashic records, because like, remember what happened. Can you place yourself back into that time? And it is also what I'm trying to do with the Greyhorn Pagans, to bring it back to the human consciousness of what our forefathers, our forebearers, how they lived, what they believed, and everything, and also to like hopefully kind of reintroduce it again, like reintroduce the traditional living, the traditional way of thinking, to tell the stories of our ancestors, whether they are actual tales or fairy tales. There is still a lot of truth in fairy tales to be found as well. And
When